Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Kindred Kitchen. My name is Pam, and V is behind the camera.
Hello, hello.
And we are the Kindred Vegans. And today we are going to make a quick recipe. I think V and I have been talking about this. I think a lot of times we get caught up in all these complicated recipes. They look so good and they take so much time, and then we feel like, oh, there's no way I can eat this way because, you know, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. So this is another one of my quick recipes that I keep the ingredients on hand, so when I'm running late or really busy, I get home, I can throw it together, and then I will talk about how you can bump it up or take it back a notch, you know, for more time or for even less time. But this is my whole food plant-based, no oil chili. So this is a bean chili. It's real easy to make, and I know everybody has a chili in their recipe box that they can adapt if they think about it for a minute. And so we're gonna make it today. First, I wanna show you all the ingredients. So I'm gonna start out here. I have 1 onion diced up, I've got 1 red bell pepper, I've got 1 green bell pepper, and I've got 2 celery spears. And I'm telling you, if you want to cut this down, I have done this before. I've gone to the grocery store and I've picked up the pre-chopped onion and the pre-chopped bell pepper and called it a day, and that's all I had. Now, if I have more time, what I will do is I will take like a butternut squash or something like that, and I will chop that up to add to it. It adds a nice richness. Also, a turnip or a parsnip cut up in there can add a really rich flavor to the dish. So, you know, you can bump it up with adding a couple of zucchini or even some chopped green beans. You know, that's just gonna add to the flavor. Chili has a pretty intense flavor anyway, so none of that will take away from the flavor of the chili. But this is just my basic chili. And I've got some, let me go through the beans. These are canned beans. You can cook your own. These are canned. Make sure you read the labels so you're getting just beans. No, not a lot added in there. I've got 2 cans, 2 15-ounce cans of kidney beans. I have a can of pinto beans and a can of black beans, and I've just rinsed these. I have 2 cans of tomato sauce. Again, read the label because you want the no salt added, just tomato sauce. Both of my sons, neither one of them like to have chunks of tomato, so I get the tomato sauce. But by all means, if you want a 15-ounce can of fire roasted tomatoes chopped or some diced tomatoes, you can add that with a can of tomato sauce. I also have a can of tomato paste. This is a nice organic store brand tomato paste, but you can use anything. I've got tamari. I brought a quart of my vegetable broth, but I probably will not use the whole quart. This is mostly just for cooking up the vegetables. Then I have a 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder. I have a 1.5 teaspoons of cumin, a 1.5 teaspoons of oregano. I have just like a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/4 teaspoon of cocoa powder. The tamari and the cocoa powder and the cinnamon just, I don't know, it deepens the flavor of that. And I will tell you, if you're not trying to lose weight, a tablespoon of peanut butter in there will also just add to the richness of the dish too. Those are just some of the tricks that I use, just to make it a richer, fuller dish. So you don't have to write all these ingredients down. We will have all the ingredients listed in the description box below. My tongue isn't working today. And I want to know, do you keep canned beans on hand? These are a staple in my house. I don't use them a lot, but they are so handy when you're in a quick bind, you're in a rush. Either have them cooked up and in the refrigerator or freezer, or I have some canned beans on hand all the time. Okay, so I have had this heating. Let me turn the heat up just a little bit now. And I'm gonna add my vegetables. 1 red, 1 green bell pepper, 1 onion, and a couple of spears of celery, or whatever vegetables you really want to throw in there.
So you don't add garlic to your chili?
I do not, but you absolutely could.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna add a little vegetable broth. And I'm gonna add that as I need it. I probably use in my chili maybe a cup at the most. And we are gonna let this cook up for a bit and get some nice color and let all the vegetables soften up. And I don't know if you want to watch this cook up or not. I can turn the heat up a little bit more.
It looks really pretty.
I know. Looks kind of Christmassy.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I've been thinking about Christmas a lot, you know? I don't know. You see all these things, 100 days till Christmas or whatever, so I've been thinking about Christmas.
Yeah, my kids ask me that almost every day. How many days till Christmas?
I love Christmas, so. And you know, we do our 25 days of Christmas, so we will have 25 days from December 1st up till December 25th. 25 days of Christmas or just generic recipes.
Yeah.
We're also going to be doing a Thanksgiving a week of recipes. You know, we've got that all planned out. Now, I don't really celebrate, you know, the religious side of Christmas, or I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but a lot of people do. So,
and I'm Indian, so
Yeah.
you know, that's completely out of our ballpark.
yeah, but a lot of people do celebrate.
Yeah.
So we're trying to have, you know, recipes that everybody will enjoy. And my family is, of course, because I'm trying out new recipes, so they always love that. All right, this is going to take a couple minutes to cook, so we will come back when these are nice and soft. Okay, so you can see I had added about a half a cup of broth. The broth is all evaporated now, and my peppers and my onions and my celery are all cooked. I'm just stirring them up in here. And so now we're going to add everything else, really. So here's my tomato sauce that's going in. Let's put in the beans. Oops, come on, out of there. And give it a stir, and then we'll add our seasonings and everything.
This is perfect for rainy weather.
I know, and that's what we've got today. It's
Yeah.
kind of dreary and rainy
Yeah.
outside, so this is a great recipe. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of tamari into here.
The tamari and the
turn this
tomato
back.
products are gonna give it that perfect umami.
Yep. And like I said, if you wanted to add a tablespoon of peanut butter,
Or you can use the peanut butter
adds-
powder too,
you
right?
could. You could, and it just, I don't know, it just adds a nice flavor to it. And here we go with the seasonings I showed you earlier. I am going to add about a half a teaspoon of pepper. And then I'm going to add some salt. I am going to add about a teaspoon and a half of salt, but by all means, you can back down on the salt if you, or bump it up, I guess, if you want. So that's about a teaspoon and a half. I'm going to give this a stir, and we'll see how thick it is. I may need to add a little bit of vegetable broth, but it's actually looking pretty good. The beans and stuff in here won't really thicken it. I'm not going to mash it or anything, so when the tomato paste is all dissolved in here, this is what it'll be. I have got to bring this up to a boil just to warm everything through, and then it'll be ready to eat. So we will check back in just a couple of minutes. All right, so this is now all stirred up. Everything is warm. You can see the steam coming off. I'm just going to plate up a bowl for lunch. And I will have this sometimes over some rice, or God, I made a mess of that bowl, but you get the idea, right? I will sometimes have this over rice or pasta. My kids like to have it over like a elbow macaroni or something like that. It isn't 50-50 in and of itself, so have it with a side of broccoli or a cucumber or a small salad. That's what I do, and then you have yourself a complete meal. Yay! I wanted to say go down and hit that little subscribe button, and if you're enjoying all these videos that we're doing, go put a smiley face in the comment section. Let us know you're out there, and then head on over to kindredvegans.com and sign up for our newsletter. We have lots of tips and tricks for weight loss that we've used over the last year, and we've got lots of recipes and additional content that we put in our newsletter. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoy your chili, and we will see you back next week. Bye for now.
Bye.